Hello guys, how are we doing? Welcome back to the Free Hammers. Just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's commented on the videos the last 3 days. It's really been overwhelming. You know, the views have been so good, the comments, the likes, it's been really good. And for anyone who's a new subscriber, welcome to the Free Hammers family. And anyone who's been around right since the beginning, big thank you for staying loyal. It's just been good. The last couple of days have been really good, and you know, gives me belief to carry on the channel, you know, and keep doing it, because people are still out there that watch it, and people still, you know, want to listen to me, which is a nice thing. Yeah, and that was just what I wanted to start the video with. This video is about Tim Steidten. There was a little article, I think it was on Hammers News, that were covering an interview he did with Football Insider. Steidten was asked, you know, how he's feeling about the West Ham job and stuff like that, and he was saying, you know, I'm planning ahead for the summer and I'm really looking forward to the job, and you know, going on to say about his brother and bringing in the team, and he's looking forward to, you know, continuing the project further. He did go on to mention about his link to the Liverpool job, and I'm going to sort of paraphrase it a little bit. He said that you know, the rumour is that I'm linked with Liverpool. I'm flattered by that, obviously one of the biggest teams in the world, but so far, you know, no one from Liverpool has approached me. And I'm looking forward to my job at West Ham. But we see what happens. Listen, you read into this what you want. You know, I think anyone would come out. I think we've heard that before, you know, oh, flattered with this link, flattered with this link. We hear it from players all the time. It is worrying. You know, I've not really done an opinion piece on the Steidten stuff. And I think the fact that he spoke out himself, I thought, you know, the news was a little bit quiet today, so I'd do something on this. I'm slightly worried. And I think a lot of this weighs down to basically what David Sullivan does and what his ideas are for the club going forward. We've seen some of the stuff in the last couple of days, whether that's come from the board or what, who knows. You know, starting to blame Steidten for the January window, that nothing happened. Which again, when this sort of stuff starts coming out, that's when you know they're thinking, oh, maybe we can get rid of him or force him to go. If David Moyes stays, I think it could be really difficult for Steidten, especially if his contract still has this, he has last say on players. If they can agree something where, if he, God forbid, David Moyes did stay and he was a coach, but Steidten has final say on the players and the way forward, and there's all these targets that he has to meet, otherwise it's easier to get rid of them. That's one way I could see it working. If Moyes does go and Steidten doesn't have full, not even full say, but a real big input into the next manager, you know, we've seen some names being mentioned, the Fonsecas, the Gators, I think that's how you pronounce it. I think they're a bit smoke screeny, and I'm hoping that Steidten's, you know, going to pluck someone out who's going to really push us forward as a club. But if Sullivan doesn't want to pay the compensation and doesn't push forward with Steidten's idea, again, that's another reason that if Liverpool were there and were willing to give him full reign, he could go. I don't know. It's a real hard one. The fact that he has put his brother in and he's put another guy in as a scout speaks more positivity. The fact that he has been allowed to do that, and the fact that he is doing that, they must have had some sort of a promise, you know, that, oh, are you going to go somewhere, or are you going to stay? So I think he does stay. I think it's a big summer ahead. Do we have a new manager in place? Is Steidten allowed to have full power in terms of who comes in? Obviously, with big losses to potentially have of Lucas Paquetá will probably more than likely be on his way to Man City. Again, that's another big 85, 90 million to play with. And, you know, I would trust Steidten with the money. Alvarez, Kudus were good signings. Mavropanos, he's slowly coming up to the level needed. But will David Sullivan? And yeah, like I say, my hope is that a new manager who does come in is just a coach and not a manager. So we can start this transitional thing of if the coach goes, the club still moves, rather than if a manager goes, a new manager comes in with new philosophies and you start from zero again. We need to start becoming a club that it's not about the manager, is that a coach can do the job, but the things above them are run so well that anyone can be successful at the club. And that's what I'm hoping Steidten can put in place. He's new to, he's sort of half fresh to this current role he's in. He's had big roles in other clubs, but this is his first chance to really get his fingers in and build a project. And that's also my hope going forward for Steidten as well, that at Liverpool he would probably just be a pawn in the piece. It's a glamorous job, it's a big job, but it's not as thorough. Like, he won't be as, he can take probably take a little bit more pride and more of a buzz in a job at West Ham by plucking out a really top player and getting them to become 100 million, 40, 50, 60, 70, 100 million pound player, rather than when you're at Liverpool, they go and get Bowen, they go and get Kudus, who are already made. And there's a big, infrastructure all in place, where at West Ham he'd be building in his own image if he's allowed to. So do I think he goes? No, but there's a good chance that if he's not allowed to do what he wants to do, he will be off. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for the comments again on the videos the last couple of days. Been really overwhelming. I've done a little video with Claret and Booze. They asked me to film a little video. That's going to be on their channel in the next couple of days. I'm hoping to go on there live soon as well. So, keep an eye out for us. Keep subscribing. A few of you that have been watching the videos recently have not subscribed. It'd be great to get to 5k. We're about 500 away now. And it's a good little milestone for us as a channel moving forward. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Let me know what you think about Tim Steidten. Not as ranty, not as shouty over the last couple of days, but the news is quiet, and sometimes that's a good thing as a West Ham fan. Until next time, come on, you irons. Keep believing. Let's go.